And this is Joseph Darling from the Men of High Value channel. Today we're going to talk about triggers that make you relapse in semen retention. Semen retention is not ejaculating at all, and what we're talking about is managing to do that over a long period of time. Getting past to 30 days of semen retention takes a lot of brain effort and frustration and emotional instability, but once you get to 30 days, trust me, you're gonna be fine. And then managing to go from 30 days to 90 days is a piece of cake, as long as you don't try to edge or do something fancy or whatever, okay? It's getting past those 30 days first, and then having the commitment to get through from the 30 days to 90 days, no porn, no ejaculation, no nothing. What are the triggers that are causing you to relapse if you've started this journey of semen retention? What's up? What happens? From me, you can comment down below if you feel that I don't cover this completely. Let me know. But what I find is that there's 3 common things that make people relapse. It might be one of those things, it might be all 3 of them, okay? But what I've noticed is that you relapse either because you don't really believe that semen retention has that much power. You don't really know for sure that what we talk about in this semen retention community and what we talk about on this channel is legit. Is it actually true? Does it actually work? Do you get more energy? Do you get more fired up about life? Do you get more hungry for success? Do you get more discipline in your life? Do you get more focused? Do you get things done better when you're on semen retention? I can tell you clearly, yes. And if you haven't noticed anything, it's because you haven't gotten through those 30 days and you haven't continued on to get to the 90 days. Getting that belief basically comes from you trying to get to those 30 days. In fact, if you never get to those 30 days, you'll never know the potential that semen retention had for you. Your sperm is your potential, and if you keep on wasting it and keep on wasting it and keep on wasting it consistently over and over and over and over again, imagine the potential of what it could do for you in your life if you just saw it through to the very end. And that end, we're talking, is 30 days. And then latching on to that, to those emotions you feel, that energy you'll have, and the increased capacity you have. And then riding that all the way to 90 days and figuring out if this is a lifestyle that you want to have in your life. Trust me, you will be happy if you do that. That's number 1, is you don't believe, okay? But that is something that you can fix. If you don't believe in it, it's like a seed. You have to plant it, and you have to nourish that seed and give it sunlight. You got to give it energy. You got to give it love. You got to give it water. You got to give it everything that it needs. And if you could just let that seed of faith, that seed of belief, that semen retention actually works and can work for you, let it grow in you, man. Let it grow and see the beauty of what's going to happen to your life if you just practice it for 30 days and then move on smoothly over to 90 days. Believe it, okay? It first has to start with belief. Why is there, like, I could talk about faith and belief a lot, okay? And I'll just do a quick detour because I love this principle. I love faith. I love belief. Because this is why we know in some ways that there's a God. Because with faith and belief, it means, like, God wanted us to figure out the faith and action thing on our own. He didn't want to just tell us that He's here. He doesn't want to tell us that I'm God, okay? So, and the reason why is because then we wouldn't need to develop the principle of faith in us, the principle of belief in us that there is something beyond death. Think about a business. When you start a business, you have no idea that that business is going to work long term. You've got no idea. You're doing everything based on faith. You believe that something good is going to happen because it's a principle. You take action, you be consistent with something, eventually there's going to be exponential growth. In the same way, you look at the world, you look at the trees, you look at the beauty of our bodies, the beauty of the woman, you look at everything that has been created on planet Earth. Is there not a creator? Is there not someone who has made this into a system, designed a perfect system of joy and happiness that we can have if we just simply follow the laws and rules in place, the principles of truth that are there for us to give us joy, to give us happiness, and to create families that produce happiness? Seriously, this plan that he put here for us to have is insane awesome. Okay, like once you understand the plan, once you understand why we were put here on earth and the joy that comes from helping others to have joy and happiness, like semen retention is just a small little beginning of the joy and happiness that you're gonna have by following this movement and helping and understanding what life is all about. Man, I'm so fired up about this. So that was faith, that was belief, okay? Do you believe that semen retention can help you in your life? That's number one. If you don't believe it, start believing and let that belief work in you until it grows up and becomes a beautiful tree. Number two is you are depressed. Hey, you might be depressed. And if you are depressed, then you might not, then you might relapse. You might not just keep on to the 30 days with semen retention because you're depressed, right? I'm not going to take this lightly because there's a lot of people who have a lot of problems in this lifetime, okay? We know that for sure. But let me tell you right now that being depressed is allowing your emotions to control you. Okay, you have to take a bird view of your situation and not just be in your body and think about all the negative things that are happening in your life. It's very difficult, I know. If you need coaching, then you contact me down below, comment down below and say you want a free consultation. I will help you. If you're depressed, trust me, if you do coaching with me over a long period of time, okay, I'm saying, let's say a month or whatever, let's say 2 months, and you can call me on a consistent basis and get the help to get out of that rut, trust me, I can help anyone get out of their depression because I'm fired up about life, man. It's contagious, and I'm just gonna give that joy and happiness to you no matter how depressed you are. You might be suicidal. I'm not a therapist, okay? I'm not a psychologist. I'm just contagious, and the joy and happiness that's in me will fill you up, okay? It's kind of like a poor person doesn't feel comfortable in the presence of a rich person, but the rich person is exactly what the poor person needs. Do you understand? The poor person should do everything that he possibly can to get in the presence of the rich person. I'm not saying that I'm filthy stinking rich when it comes to money, okay? It's gonna come naturally all on its own once everything gets settled and, you know, I'm doing what I'm doing consistently and it's happening. But what I am rich in is joy and happiness. That is something that is consistent every single day of my life. Yes, some days I'm not as effective or productive as I like to be, right? But that doesn't change my big picture thinking. That doesn't change the joy and happiness that's in my heart for my relationships. The quality of your life comes from the quality of your relationships. And I have fantastic relationships in my life because everyone around me is a reflection of who I am. And I'm very happy with who I am, and so can you be too. Okay, so if depression is the thing that causes you to relapse and not continue that semen retention journey, let's see what we can do to help you get out of that depression. You need to listen to some more of my videos. You need to get some more motivation and believe that things are possible for you. Even for you, no matter who you are. you can actually massively improve your life. You can 10x your life, you can 100x your life, no matter who you are, no matter how deep and how difficult your situation might be. Trust me, okay? Anyone can improve their life to 10x or 100x. It just requires the correct mindset, and it requires having the right people around you, and you're being part of this community, so welcome. Number 3, okay, so we've had so far, you don't believe that semen retention works. Number 2, you're depressed, so you're holding on to your masturbation and ejaculation, who's your friend, okay? And we're gonna get you out of that one. But the third one is that you're stressed, okay? Now, that is a huge trigger. You're stressed. So when you're stressed, you're emotionally unstable, and because of the emotionally unstableness in your life, you resort to what you feel is comfortable, which is ejaculation, where you're like, okay, I'm not stressed anymore. Okay, great. Well, that's not how it works. Very often when you ejaculate, you might have a calm moment for a little bit, but eventually you're gonna get back to hysteria again, and there's gonna be stress again, and your mind is gonna be like spinning all over, and you're gonna be like freaking out. And emotional instability is feminine. The only way you're going to get to emotional stability and control is to figure out what stresses you out. Because if it's a trigger that causes you to relapse when it comes to masturbation and porn, you've got to take out the thing that's triggering it. So I have one of my clients who struggled with that. He found out the one thing that makes him stressed, depressed, and freaking out that is in his daily life. The only way he can get out of that and not relapse again and get to those 30 days that he's been struggling with for months is to get rid of the thing that stresses him out and that depresses him out, and just take it out of your life. Why do you get stressed? Do you get stressed? And if you do, why? Why is it? Is it that you don't like the thing that's happening to you? Like, what is it? Okay, so think about that. What is it that's stressing you out? And then take it out of your life. Because, and if it's something that it has to be in your life, then you have to find a different way of learning how to be emotionally stable even with that thing in your life. Okay, so I don't know what might be stressing you, but that's one of the triggers. So you've got to figure it out if you want to get to those 30 days. But I can promise you, once you get past those 30 days and move on towards the 90 days, you will become emotionally stable. That will massively duplicate your masculinity in your life. And the masculinity in your life will help you to progress in every single area of your life. Oh my gosh, I love masculinity. It is amazing, okay? And I'm consistently that's my goal. That's what I'm going for, and I hope that you are too. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I will see you again tomorrow.